Hi dear students, a warm good morning to all. In the last 3 classes, you studied the morphology of a flower. So different parts of a flower you studied and how it is arranged, symmetry, everything you studied. But now we are going to discuss how you can study by using a formula or a diagram, how you can explain the structure of a flower, okay, in a simple way, how you can explain the structure of a flower. So that is floral diagram and a floral formula, okay. So imagine you got a flower in your hand to describe it. So you now studied the essential parts, non-essential parts, union of stamens, stamen with the other parts, gynoecium, conditions, fusion of sepal, fusion of petal, everything you studied. Now, without explaining all this, you can display the features in a single diagram or a single formula. That is known as floral diagram and floral formula. Okay, let us see how it is working. So, it describes in very simple way and concise manner how a flower organized, that is known as formula, that is known as floral formula. Okay. In this floral formula, each part is represented by a particular letter. Clear? Okay. So, calyx is the outermost word and its unit is known as sepal and it is represented by K. Okay. Then, corolla is represented by C. Perianth means if there is no distinction into calyx and corolla, you may call it as perianth, that is represented by P. Then andrecium you can represent it as A. Gynoecium represented as T. Okay. So when you see K, that means what? Calyx. When you see C, that means corolla. Clear? Now, the number of members of a word is written after the symbol. Number of members of a word means what? If calyx is a word, okay, its members are sepals. So number of members of calyx means sepals, number of sepals. Okay, so K5 means what? Sepals 5, like this. So first you will return the alphabet, then you will return the number of the particular sepal or petal or stamen or carpel. Understood? Okay, so K5 means calyx contains 5 sepals. C4 means corolla contains 4 petals. Okay, A6 means stamens, andrecium contains 6 stamens, like that. Okay, then you see this is the letter infinity. What it signifies? Uncountable, we cannot count, indefinite number of stamens or some parts. Okay, then if some part is missing, if a flower having no corolla, then how you will write it? As 0 after the symbol, it is C0. If no stamen, how you will write? A0. Understood? So you can represent the parts in a simple formula, that is floral formula, in which each part is represented by particular alphabet. K for calyx, C for corolla, A for andrecium and G for gynoecium. Okay. Now, so a number put after the symbol that I told you. Then if the parts of the word are united, then you can put the number in bracket. Clear? Like see this. If it is free, no bracket. If K5 means what? K means calyx. 5 means sepals. So 5 sepals, that is free, means polysepalous. We studied in the last class. Clear? K5 bracket means what? Calyx with 5 sepals and the 5 sepals are united, that is gamosepalous. Here it is polysepalous, here it is gamosepalous. So united sepals or united stamens or united that means petals, everything written in bracket. If it is free, there need no bracket. Understood? Now, if there are more than one word, how you will write it? It can be represented by some of their parts only. Okay, like this, more than one word, the andrecium, 5 number but 3 words, means first round, second round, third round. Like 3 words of stamens. How you will write? A5 plus 5 plus 5. 5 in 3 words. That is A5 plus 5 plus 5. Clear? Okay. Now, So these are the some abbreviations used in writing floral formula. Okay, if flower is having bract, you will write BR, bracteate. Without bract, EBR. Okay, bracteole, BRL. In epicalyx means extra sepals, that is EPIK. Absence of a particular word, 0. Infinity means more than. Okay, then a circle you draw, then a cross mark. What it represents? Actinomorphic means you already studied cut into all planes equal halves. Then you put a line first, then two dots or two circles on both sides, that means zygomorphic. K calyx, C corolla, P perianth, A androecium, G gynoecium. Then unisexual means either female or male. This is female, this is male. Okay. Then both this and this together you can call the flower as bisexual. You have to study this. This is male, this is female, both together bisexual. Then fusion in brackets in a word. Then partial also you can write. If this is what petal, perianth, and this is androecium, stamen. Okay. So stamens united with the perianth. This represents stamen with the perianth. That is epiphyllous condition. You put a mark like this. Okay. From P to A, epiphyllous. Then C to A, corolla to end. What is this called? Epipetalous. We already discussed all these terms in last classes. This is gynoecium. If you draw a line below, that means ovary superior. Gynoecium, if you draw a line parallel, same side, on side of gynoecium, that is perigynous. Gynoecium, if you put a line at the top above G, what it indicates? Inferior. So, G below line indicates superior, G above line indicates inferior, in between middle part indicates perigyn. Okay. Then G2 means carpels to bracket means united. Two carpels is bicarpellar. These are all I discussed. Clear? So go into detail about the abbreviations. Clear? Now see, this is K calyx, K5 free, C C5 free, corolla with the petals free, androecium A, androecium with infinity, gynoecium G10 means 10 carpels. Okay, polycarpellary. Now K5 C5 A10, what indicates 5 sepals, 5 petals, infinite stamens and 10 carpels. Understood? Okay, this is infinite stamens. Now A2 plus 2 means already I told 4 stamens in 2 words. Okay. Now when members are united, it is known as cohesion. Okay. So that time it is placed in brackets. Adhesion is a line joining. I already shown that if it is with the petals and stamen combined with the petal, that is epipetalous. So you can draw a mark from corolla to androecium. Okay. If one organ united with other, an arrow is made. Okay. See, these are calyx 4 fused petal, gynoecium 2 fused carpel. Everything I told. This is A5G2. A5G2. Androecium and gynoecium fused. Androecium and gynoecium fused. So mark like this. This is actually, this mark should be here. A like this. Okay. Then this also mark here. It needed here some mistake. That's calyx and corolla, androecium. 3 fused. Okay. So all the 3 together. Now this is a floral formula. What it indicates? Zygomorphic. A line and 2 dots. Zygomorphic. What it indicates? Bisexual. This is male, this is female. Okay. What it indicates? Corolla with 5 sepals united. What it indicates? Sorry. Calyx with 5 sepals united. What it indicates? Corolla with 5 petals free. Here androecium. Stamens with 2 whorls. One whorl is 9 stamen united and another 1 stamen free. Okay. Gynoecium with only 1 carpel. What it indicates? Ovary is superior. Clear? Now, second one, see, what is the condition here? This is actinomorphic, a circle and a cross. Actinomorphic, when bisexual. 5 sepals, corolla with 5 petals united, androecium with 5 stamens, and see this petal, androecium attached with the petals. Androecium attached with the petals, epipetalous. So mark like this. Okay. Gynoecium with 2 carpels united, and below it is superior. Clear? I hope you have to explain if you got a floral formula like this. Now, see another one, actinomorphic, bisexual. You can draw bisexual like this. This is very simple way to draw bisexual. This is male, this is female. If only male part, you can draw only this one. If only female part, draw this circle and this one. Okay. Calyx with 5 sepals united, corolla with 5 petals united, androecium 5, gynoecium 2 superior. Clear? Now, so up to this we studied what is a floral formula. The different parts of a flower can be represented by symbols and you can write it in a formula, that is floral formula. Okay. Now you can represent this in the form of a diagram also, that's known as floral diagram. Okay. So in this floral diagram you can also draw position of the inflorescence or flower axis or stem, okay, by a dot. Where a flower attached, that axis you can show that with a dot. Then sepals, petals and stamens are also in circles. Gynoecium is also at the center. How it is? Petals represented by first bracket. Okay. Sepal by same bracket but with the shadings or some markings like midrib. Stamens represented by anthers, anthers with 4 chambers. Carpels represented by placentation. This is how ovules arranged in gynoecium. That placentation we will discuss in detail next class. Okay. So see, this is the bract, arrangement of bract. This is what sepals, somewhat same, but this is what petal. Petal, you see the like how it is drawn like this. Okay. Differentiate sepal and petal drawings. Then this is stamens. You can have 4 dots also. Okay. See, this is an axis. Okay, this is the axis. This is the flower attached. See, so how you draw in a floral diagram? So see one showing this is the axis. So axis you have to represent like a dot. Clear? At the top. Okay. Now see, this is the bract, a leaf-like structure at the base of the flower. That is bract. So how you will represent the bract? A dark portion, bract. Okay. Now see, next one is the sepals. Bract and one more is there, 2 more bracteoles are there, that is represented like this. Okay, if it is also a bract, that's also like this. Then this is the sepal. How many are there? How it is arranged sepals? This is the sepals. See? Sorry. This is the sepals where lines are made. I already told it is represented with the midribs. That is the lines, sepals. How many? 5. And it is united. See? It is united. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sepals united. See? And this is petals. Clear? So petals are this black colored one. Its shape, you can see the shape. So it is also united. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Clear? Now this is the stamens. Actually this is the representation of stamen with the 4 chambers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like butterflies. You can draw like butterflies. This is the gynoecium. Carpels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carpels. This is the ovules. This arrangement is known as placentation. Arrangement of ovules in placenta is placentation. So 5 ovules. Clear? So this is the way. So axis represented by dot, then bracts and bracteoles, then sepals with lines, midrib like lines, then petals. If it is united, join like this. Clear? This is united, join like this. If it is free, you can have gap here, gap here. If it is united, you can have connection with. Okay. Then this is the stamens, butterfly like. This is the gynoecium with the ovules arranged. So this is known as what? Floral diagram. So when you got a diagram like this, you can clearly explain. How you will explain? This is the flower with the, you can write floral formula from this itself. So K 5 united. Okay. Then corolla 5 united. Clear? Androecium 5 free. Then gynoecium 5 united. That you can write. Okay. See another example. This is the axis. This is the sepals. This is the petals. This is the stamens. And this is the gynoecium. Clear? Next. See another one more example. You can have this. Here see sepals are free. Clear? One sepal, another sepal. There is a gap between. So sepals you can shade or you can draw like this. This is a simple way that we will draw in our record book. Okay. Petals like this, sepals like this. So only one bract drawn here. This is the axis. So different way of drawing. This is the simplest way that we will follow. Okay. So one more example, different examples here. Free, all free. Sepals and petals all free. Stamens also free. This is the bract. This is the axis. This is the ovary. Clear? So I hope you understood well. So representation of floral parts in the form of a diagram is floral diagram, where calyx, corolla and androecium represented by its parts in the definite shapes. Okay. So I conclude. So what we studied today, floral diagram and a floral formula. The easy way of representation of floral parts. So when you look at a glance, you can explain the entire part of a flower by looking into the floral diagram or by looking into the floral formula. And this is very, very important for practical sessions. So while you have to study number of families and plants coming under family. So when you explain a family, you have to draw floral diagram and floral formula of the family or the plant under the family. So I hope you enjoyed well today's class. Thank you.